Hello, welcome back to May I Be Authentic. This is my second video, and I'm sure you could tell I am way less nervous than the first video, but I'm glad I got that out the way. Got a lot of positive feedback. I was really nervous about who would have seen the video. So since then, I know I talked about how I've changed in life, but the image of that others see me and that I see myself is probably the same. Time to time, I still have nightmares, visions day to day. It's a tough thing, right? But what's been really helping me is therapy, EMDR therapy, a lot of running, right? I gotta run away from the problems. But let's talk about my addiction and how I got there, the things that led me to. So my addiction started in way before 2016, right? I started with things such as like Xanax and things of that sort. It was a problem, but it wasn't that much of a problem, like to where I was talking to myself. So then I went to 2019, I got introduced to Oxycontin. From Oxycontin, I would say I was good until 2021. I was using Oxycontin at the same time, just like regular, but then I moved over to smoking them. And that was fine, but for a minute, I don't know what happened between that time, but I would black out. That's why I explained to you the moments of talking to myself and things of that sort of nature, right? I do not know what happened between those blackouts. I remember using, and then it was a blurry period, and then I would snap out of it and be regular. And that kept on happening. Eventually, I went homeless, living in my car. I was doing a DoorDash to feed my habit, right? Eventually, I just kept on using. I overdosed several times, but the one that got me sober, I overdosed again. I said, whatever. But the only thing I could think about in that moment was the stash I had. Once I got released from the hospital, I knew I had a stash, right? Well, exactly 30 days later from that date, I overdosed again. And the nurse said, wow, you're back. And then she checked the list and she said, wow, it's literally exactly 30 days. This moment when it's been me just doing it over and over to myself, no one came to see me. It was like, you did this to yourself. Just like that, I got sober. No rehab, no, none of that. I was just so embarrassed of the person who I have became, and the image that I have showed people who loved me, loved ones, nieces, nephews, and people that I looked up to. So that's what mainly pushed me. It was no type of therapy for me. When I originally got back, I remember I was scared to even walk around the city or whatever, just based on, people knowing that I was an addict and talking to myself at those moments. I can never get the answer of why I was talking to myself. I have asked plenty of people, doctors, I've asked ChatGPT. Yeah, it still lingers in my brain. A lot of my recovery was my fitness journey, on runs at nights, walks at nights. To now, I'm able to go on runs any time of the day. But I do prefer nights. Feels like you're a little ahead of the day. Now that it's 2026 and I got sober 2023, I think one of the things that's carried on with me, feeling to be proper when I present myself to anybody, 100% proper, 100% healed. When I present myself proper, that is me and healed and perfect. That is me not trying to give the other person a reason to look, is he not, right? When really we should be just ourselves. Like, I could play around with my people all day. I could play around and joke around about this and about that and acknowledge these struggles. But when it comes to meeting new people, for some reason I get really scared, shaking at the lips. When I meet new people, it's something I'm working on right now, but I do not know why that is. I feel like this page is helping me kind of get more comfortable. For me, it helps me break down the barrier. Now, my whole goal from now is to set a good example for the people that I admire. My nieces, my nephews, my sisters, and I'm doing a goddamn good job. Can't lie. It's just I judge myself more than they probably judge me. But I'm hoping we get through that. I'm hoping you guys will stay with me on this journey. But have a good day. And this is my second clip. If you like, have any comments, have any questions, any suggestions, anything of that sort, just drop a comment below and I'll work on it. Thank you.